An Unconventional Threesome is a comedy podcast hosted by three rude, crude, and tattooed dudes. We tell you this so you can shield your children's eyes and cover their ears. If you don't, we're not responsible for the fun and exciting new words that they'll start using. Enjoy.
Welcome to the show, yeah, it's a blast. Turn the volume up, we got to laughs. Every joke's a hit, you'll have a fit. Sit back, relax, let's start this bit. Tuned in live from the internet's heart, where every word is a work of art. Comedy gold, it never gets old. Jump aboard, let the fun unfold.
Welcome to an Unconventional Threesome, a conversation podcast hosted by three dudes who have absolutely no business having a podcast. My name is John, and this is my circus, and these are indeed my monkeys.
This is D Money here with the sex appeal.
And Jay's here, taxation is theft.
So D, I've noticed something recently, well, with your recordings, I should say. Sometimes you say sex appeal, and sometimes you say sexy appeal. Do you know which one it actually is?
No.
It's neither for D. It's neither.
I believe if we took a poll on this one, the general consensus would probably be it's sex appeal, but I mean, you do you, boo.
Well, some might say I am sexy. Some might say that would be appealing.
But no one would say your sex.
No one would say my sex is appealing. Especially my wife. She would not.
So I think for this episode, we're going to indulge D a little bit here with conspiracy theories. Probably going to take most of the time, but if we have some time, we might get into some of the odd food combos that we had briefly touched on last time. But D, what's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Sorry, I was trying to get prepared for this.
Jesus Christ.
Bigfoot.
You needed to get prepared for that?
I was also trying to catch my breath, or I was going to pass out. No, but Bigfoot. I fucking love Bigfoot. I love podcasts about Bigfoot. Now here's the thing. Do I think that Bigfoot are real? I want to believe. I want to so bad. But I'm not sure. I mean, it is very, it does seem very Americanized, where I don't hear very many sightings outside of America. But I love it.
A Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
And for those that don't get the reference, that is a reference to a Canadian TV show called Trailer Park Boys, which is one of my favorite TV shows. It's hard to say one way or the other. There's a lot of ways to fake those types of videos. You just get some dude in a gorilla suit just kind of wandering around the woods, and every video is super grainy. There's no like not set, but high quality videos or high quality photos of this, and it's just I guess it adds to the allure of it and the mystery, but I have a hard time believing that one.
So, all right, hold on.
Holding.
There have been stories that the Bigfoot
is an 8-bit.
Is an 8-bit, but also depending on who you talk to, whose Meemaw you're yapping with. Okay, it's usually in the Tennessee hills, but some will say that they have magical powers, and that is why we are not getting good pictures. Not because we don't have the technology, but because they're interfering with it.
So they're aliens.
I do love aliens too. Would love to talk about aliens. See, my thing is like, we would have found skeletons or something by now if they were out there.
Unless they're hiding with the tooth fairy somewhere. If that gives you an inkling as to how I feel about whether or not Bigfoot exists, it doesn't.
I will send you some podcasts. They will change your thoughts.
I welcome it. I doubt it though, but I'll listen.
Well, are the skeletons that we find just being mistaken for humanoids or, apes or cavemen, or do they never die? Maybe they don't have bones.
So okay, so that theory, the bones theory, does kind of go into a theory about dragons on why we don't have any dragon bones because their bones are very brittle, like bird bones. So, but does that mean that there's maybe something going on with the Bigfoot bones? Are they like super hollow like bird bones? So like they just disintegrate faster into the ground?
No is the answer. So, is your belief that they existed at some point, or is it that they are currently like in the lower 48?
I
Don't
don't
strain
know.
yourself, man.
Well, hold on. This is a very
Holding.
this it could be a very emotional question to some people. I want to believe that Bigfoot is real. I don't know if they are. I'm being true. I don't think they are, but it'd be fucking sick if they were.
What would change in your life if they were?
They're not going to accept you into their club.
But what if I say please?
You have to be able to grow a beard first.
Fuck. All right. I don't know. I just think that would be cool as shit.
It would be. I just think there's too much evidence that points in the other direction. Specifically, if you consider most of it's supposed to be around the Pacific Northwest, you figure British Columbia and Alberta, Canada as well. There has been so much activity in that area, so many people looking for that stuff, and just outdoorsmen, like for 100 years, and we don't have any straight up hard legit evidence about it. That's what has me saying no.
Yeah.
Fuck
Oops,
was that?
I gotta take my birth control.
Jesus Christ.
I just punched myself in the ball bag. Um,
He looks at a wallet-sized photo of his offspring.
yeah, I say no more, no more.
No more, no mas. Don't touch me, even if I have sexy appeal.
And sex appeal. No, I agree. I mean, I feel like we would have found something, like something substantial, if there was something.
But I mean, at the same time, we are still discovering things all the time.
Like the
I,
ocean,
mainly
the
they're bugs that
megalodons.
are damn near impossible to find, not an 8 fucking foot Bigfoot. But I don't know. Maybe they're just masters of disguise. Their bones are made of sticks, so that just blends in when they die.
Well, there's also, this school of thought that they are, I guess, extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrials.
Keep trying.
I'm gonna get there one day,
Sound
and
it
they,
out, baby.
um, and they can, like, time and space means nothing to them.
Time and space means something to you.
Hold on, dog. I can't. Let's not ask all the hard questions tonight.
God, I,
'Cause
I can
these,
just see how much you want to believe. You're really just trying to convince yourself of this one.
I love all the stories about how everyone has seen it, or everyone has like almost seen it.
So, at what age did you stop fighting kids about whether or not Santa was real?
What are you talking about? I'm still throwing bows.
Fuck. What?
No, that aliens. I don't think the government aliens. So the aliens that the government has said they have seen. I don't believe those.
You don't trust the government?
Shockingly, no.
I was reading a conspiracy theory, and it's one I kind of believe myself as well, that Area 51 is a decoy, and Area 52 is actually where they hide all the aliens and stuff. But do you remember, what was it, 2019 or 2020, when that Facebook campaign started to...
The nerds were gonna do a raid on Area 151.
It's Area 51. 151's an alcohol.
It's not a rum, D. Good try.
Why am I talking to you, Boog?
You never heard anything about, what happened. Did it happen? Did anybody show up? Is the government suppressing the fact that all these people broke in and rushed it and found all the aliens? Because nothing ever came of it that I'm aware of.
Yeah, the government doesn't want you to know a dude in a puppy mask overthrew the security.
Naruto running.
Dog, I've seen science that actually makes a difference.
So this story predates all of that by a lot. Many years ago, I was actually on a road trip with my father, and we wound up running into one of his childhood friends on purpose. We went to go visit him. And this guy is super freak genius. And we're at his house, and he's got a book on his shelf about all kinds of just really nitty gritty scientific stuff about Area 51, not 151. He didn't get to that one. But I guess he took a tour, and he was asking enough really odd questions about what types of bombs were tested, what percentage were fusion versus fission, all kinds of stuff. And he got home to his, house a week later after his vacation was over, and was like, we had to do a background check on you to figure out why you were asking these questions, full-on investigation, but we thought you might enjoy this book once we figured out who you were. You're just a complete, total science nerd. You're not an actual threat. So here, enjoy this. I was like, all right, that would be kind of cool. Ask enough questions, it scares the shit out of the government. Way to go.
He was on a government hit list for a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, he just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Well, I watched this one Joe Rogan podcast, and if you can't believe a Joe Rogan podcast, who could you believe? But it was this guy, shit, I forget his name. He worked at the real Area 51. Because like you said, Area 51 is not... It's like the government aliens. It's not the real thing. It's not what it's supposed to be. And he said that he saw that they were trying to reverse engineer alien technology at the base that he was working at. And he didn't look like a liar.
So going back to what you were saying earlier about trusting the government wholeheartedly, I ain't showing up on any fucking list.
Like you're not already on 7, John. Come
on. The videos that the government released, what year was that? 21, 22, with all the alien sightings from all the top secret video vaults that they were pulling from. What were your thoughts on those?
Not real. If the government is like, hey, look at this. It's not real.
Just smoke and mirrors, huh?
Bait and switch.
Yeah. Because they always just said, oh, here it is. And then there was never any information more on them, like what they were, on what they were doing, what they were trying to learn. They're just like, oh yeah, here's the... Jesus. Sorry, my senile dog is going crazy. But there's no more information given about them. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Well, I mean, they made it to True TV, so it's got to be true. Nothing. I thought that was funny. Pricks.
Did our mics cut out?
I was laughing hysterically. I was just on mute.
Speaking of government, Another conspiracy theory I found, the 10-year challenge on Facebook in 2019, which encouraged Facebook users to upload pictures from 2009, and a current one from 2019, was actually a front by programmers to gain data and examples to train facial recognition and age progression software.
No,
Yeah, stay off the damn social media, gents.
Except for our
that's
Facebook page.
Well,
yeah.
obviously
I
that's a
mean,
requirement. Yeah.
but that logic, not logic, that idea just feels like such a Facebook idea. In like, okay, so perfect example. You know how every year there is that post where it said the new terms and conditions were released, and now Facebook will have access to all your pictures.
Yeah,
You
unless
have
you
to
like and
post
share.
unless you post and say that you do not have.
It was confirmed by a lawyer. It says right in the post.
It's just like that. Get that Facebook bullshit out of here.
But let me bring up another point, though. It was in 2020 or 2021, I believe, when Snapchat came out with the age progression filter. And it is alarmingly accurate because I used it on myself and holy shit, I look just like my fucking grandfather. It was horrifying. There is some validity to it, I think. Just because, being able to look at old photos and a new photo, being able to analyze how you are in fact aging, it makes sense.
Yeah, but you don't think they already have technology that can I mean, they have technology where they have taken skulls that they've dug up and like based off of bone depth and bullshit, they could 3D print or estimate what a person looks like. You don't think they could just do that for you? They need Snapchat to help?
Age progression technology has been around for a long time. I mean, how many times have you seen it where there's unfortunately a missing child and they've been missing for 10 years and this is what we think they look like now and showing an age progressed photo. But now it's just become more readily available and accessible to a lot of people. Whereas before you needed a stupid expensive computer and programs to do such a thing, incredibly complex. And now my Snapchat can do it.
I don't know. But remember when we bullied the Snapchat AI when it first came out?
Yeah, I convinced it that bread boxes were shoes. So if there's an AI uprising, they'll all be wearing bread boxes as shoes. I need a life.
Yeah, no, I don't think that is one where we need to get the tinfoil hats out for. I see the credence, but I just don't. I don't know. My heart's not into that one.
I guess it's no Bigfoot for you. Antivirus software creators have the motive to be the creators of most viruses. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was found to be true with Norton antivirus, where you had to pay extra money to block XYZ virus, and come to find out they were potentially, allegedly, the creators of those better viruses to encourage people to pay more money for their additional services.
I agree with the logic behind it. I mean, it's pretty solid.
It makes sense. Like, are people surprised? Like, I would be more surprised that people would be surprised a company did that.
We're a nation, unfortunately, run by fear, and if you can instill fear in people, they're going to spend buku bucks on safety.
That's why I just use my Apple iPhone to look up my porn. No viruses on Apple products.
Android and PCs now have a thing that most things cannot auto download without first asking to be downloaded. So it's more difficult to get viruses on PCs these days.
The stuff I'm pacing my phone through, I'd rather not risk it on a Android.
Well, that brings, you bringing up the iPhone brings up another conspiracy theory, and that Apple basically installs self-destruct buttons after the 2-year warranty is over to force you to upgrade your phone and just continue to use their products.
110%. As soon as the new phone drops, my phone starts shitting the bed.
And yet you buy another one.
Bingo. I have my fucking Samsung Galaxy S21 from 5 years ago, and it's still running just as strong as it did day one.
Because I'm better than you. I don't have any other answer besides the fact I'm just better than you.
That's really Apple's only response to the Android as well. And both of you are fucking wrong.
Hey, these got these cool new features on this Apple iPhone. Oh, the feature that Samsung's had for, 5 years. Yeah, cool.
And then they got to throw in your face that 1 year that they all caught fire. That was once. The rest of us have been just fine.
Their phones, their tablets, their dryers, their washer. Yeah, for some reason, Samsung had a bad run for a few years.
It's just, I will say, I feel like Apple is just, I'm just dumb. So maybe that's
Cult?
why. But it's just, yes, obviously, it's a cult. We do make sacrifices. I'll do it again. But it's just so much simpler to use. It's just so more streamlined. It's just better.
When was the last time you used a Android? Because they're pretty streamlined now.
It's a damn phone. Like, what the? Are you like trying to deconstruct hieroglyphics or some shit? What are you doing that you need such ease of use for a phone that I know you're just fucking doom scrolling on your entire life.
When I am watching my Tic Tacs while taking a shit, I want them
With the door unlocked
with
in a
the
trash
door.
can.
Yeah, I'd rather do that doom scrolling on my phone. We have progressed so far in technology. Why go back?
Am I the only one that used to read the back of a Febreze bottle while taking a shit just because it was
still
something to
do.
do?
If I
Yeah,
if I forget my phone, same thing. I've been known to take off a shoe and read the fucking tag on the tongue.
Oh, I do need to dry clean these. All right, cool.
Humble, dry, low. What the fuck? Who has time for that?
Yeah, no, the land before time, land before phone shits. It's the dark ages. I will say, and I think this is a move. Um, the word search. You know, like those like booklets of word search.
The ones you get at the dollar store for
Yeah.
$1.
Yeah, and there's like 600 puzzles. I got one of those in there with a highlighter. You know, I feel so smart doing those. I'm like, I don't need my phone. I'm an intellectual person.
You got to be careful though. So I won't incriminate. I'll incriminate myself. I won't show you the victim here. But there was a time recently I was in the bathroom at somebody else's house and they had their word search in a little cubby there. I decided to take their pen and add some profanities to the list, and I almost matched the font with my print well enough that they should have tried to find them. I did it far enough in that it was a few months after the fact. I got a phone call. I was like, "So, you think I can find those words on that page, huh?" No, no, that wasn't the point. But good for you for making progress. That was like 80 puzzles into the future. I'm proud you're sticking with it.
I do still giggle. Like if I'm looking through and I see like sex, like I just I giggled. I'm like, so they said sex. All right, but here's my question. All right. So you guys go to your friend's house, right? You have to take a shit. You go in there. Oh no, your phone is dead. You can't use it. They have a crossword book. All right. You open it up. They're only halfway through the list. Are you continuing that puzzle or are you starting another one?
I'm probably just gonna read the back of the Febreze bottle.
Yeah, there it
That
is.
ain't mine. And they may have touched the pen or highlighter with their doo-doo hands, and I don't want that.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
God, I feel like we're back in our bathroom episode 2 weeks
It
ago.
usually ends up back there.
Yeah.
Because the shit never gets old.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba.
Jay, do you have any conspiracy theories you wanted to talk about?
Well, the problem is I don't believe in most of them. That's the issue. So the biggest one, and it's a giant can of frickin' worms. We would be on it for episode after episode. I do believe that there is a large, I think it's well known enough. I don't know if we could even call it a conspiracy, but it's a scheme that the government is cool with our food killing us. And it makes us need medications and it keeps us really, really unhealthy. And I've seen enough documentaries that we're farming the wrong shit. We're putting the wrong shit into our food. And we're just chained to that particular system.
So it's funny you bring that up. I've watched a fair number of nutritional documentaries, and my wife and we watched I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically doing studies on how to live forever. And they were talking about, take these cancer medications and this medication before you even need them, so you won't need them and you won't get cancer. And this is being told to me by a guy that looks like he has more plastic in him than the ocean. It's incredible. And I'm sitting there and I'm just gobsmacked because D-Money, that means baffled, and that means surprised.
I use my context clues.
So, if you're going through all this plastic surgery to try and remain to look young, is that cheating the system? And then I was watching another one. This guy is running through a field of GMO corn, and he's got his kids all in like radiation suits, and I'm sitting there just, if it was that fucking dangerous, why the fuck are you putting your kids through it? I know it was to make a point, but unfortunately, our population has grown way further than what our farmers and farms can support. And so in order to remain or to continue to have these food supplies that we have, we need to have these quick growing crops. And that's just my opinion.
And that is why vegan alternatives is the way of the future.
I swear to
you
God,
are not
I'm gonna
consuming
punch you through this fucking microphone.
If you are still consuming animal products, you are the problem, not part of the solution.
I can't even with you right now. I don't even know how to respond in a way that demonstrates the involuntary narcissistic fucking rage I'm feeling hearing that pure unadulterated bullshit come out of your fucking whore mouth. You have consumed more livestock than I have. And you're half my fucking age. There's no way on this earth. Vegan my left fucking nut. You can eat that too.
It's like as soon as I started talking, he knew what was going on. And I could feel him. You know that angry guy from Inside Out? The guy.
Yeah, we all watched a bunch of fucking kids movies, dumbass.
Louis C.K., I think, was the actor in that one.
Louis Black.
Oh, Louis Black. There you go.
First off, Inside Out and Inside Out 2, amazing films. They're not just movies. They are films. They teach a valuable lesson. All right? They're fantastic films. Everyone should watch them, with or without kids.
I swear to God, I need you to get a full gluten meat lover's pizza and shove it in any hole you need to. I gotta check my goddamn blood pressure from that one, D. What the fuck, man?
Well, now that got uncomfy,
fucking vegan. What color is your hair, dipshit?
Right now, it's natural. It's gray and brown.
When we were probably more than qualified to comment on. Hot dog and hot dog bun manufacturers work together. It doesn't add up. They'll sell you a 12-pack of buns or a 12-pack of hot dogs and 8-pack of buns, and you can never have the correct amount.
Yeah, no, you're always chasing the dragon. You're always trying to
With their
have-
hollow bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hollow bones. What are buns but hollow bones?
I also think our water's contaminated.
By fluoride?
Something. And I think it all converges around whatever tap water our good friend D has been consuming lately.
I got that yummy city water.
I got well water with arsenic in it, so I should be dead by 50.
They say the city water is actually safer because it gets tested so much more often. I don't know. I think I'll keep my well, though. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a decent filter for drinking water, so I should be okay.
I don't drink my water. Like, I put it through a Brita. I don't drink it straight from the faucet.
Women's clothing has no pockets or little pockets to encourage them to buy purses and handbags.
God, I have seen a video on that. It was supposed to be funny, and it was, but damn, is it true?
I will say I am 100% on the lady sides on this one because I have 2 crotch goblins and I could see while folding laundry that their pants had bigger pockets than my wife's pants did. And like she had pants that had fake pockets sewn onto them. First off, the fuck is the point on that one? But like my kids, when they were, I don't know, like a year old, they had jeans that had full on pockets. What does a 1-year-old need pocket for?
Rocks.
Yeah, rocks, sticks, Bigfoot bones. So does your wife get super excited when she finds an article of clothing that actually has functional pockets? Because mine, it's like she wants to rent a plane and skywrite about how awesome it is.
It's the highlight.
It's like the holy grail.
I like your dress. It has pockets.
Yeah, no. So I'm with the ladies on that one. Vagina power.
So from a guy's perspective, bring back cargo pants and cargo shorts because goddamn, I need more fucking pockets because my wife's shit doesn't have pockets. So I got to put her shit in my pockets.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that misses cargo pants.
You know what I really want to bring back are the pants that zip off into shorts. Did you ever have those?
I had a big phase of those in middle school.
Oh my god, those things were the sickest things. And my mom, she would not buy them for me for the longest time. She's like, "You're gonna just lose the bottom of them, and they're just gonna stay shorts forever."
So,
Like,
so she knew you, is what you're saying. She understood her son.
long story short, they did end up being forever shorts.
Well, mine did as well, but for a different reason. Because the fucking zipper rusted on them. And you couldn't put them back together. It was the
Yeah.
wildest shit.
Yep. You know what was a sick look is having them unzipped just at the knees, so they look like the cool cuts on the knees of the jeans.
We're gonna have a talk about what you consider cool.
First off, anyone who knows those pants knows that was the fucking look. Plus, you had your like anime button-up shirt. This is very like late 90s, early 2000s era. The style was just so good. We need to bring it back.
Bring back Jinko jeans. They're on their way back, though, I guess, allegedly. I found this one hilarious. Pete Davidson is... Jay, do you know who Pete Davidson is? I think Jay died.
All right, so we are looking for a third podcast host.
He just texted. Everything froze.
Anybody else freeze up at anime button up?
No.
Like you and your computer finally had to have the stroke.
Yep. Because the last thing I heard was anime button up, and I was looking for a way to take my own life.
So Pete Davidson and Jay, do you know who Pete Davidson is?
Sure do.
So Pete Davidson is making his way through the celebrities to bring down the Illuminati and find out who really caused 9/11 to avenge his father's death.
I hope the hell that's true. I don't think it is. I know at this point he's getting some tattoos removed. He's probably trying to have an exorcism from all the freaking diseases he's picked up from everything he's been in. But I think it would be really cool if somebody with his background was just like, yeah, I totally figured out 9/11. That would be amazing. I hope he does.
That would be amazing.
The fact that first off, I would love for that to be true. Because I love the idea of the Illuminati. Shocker. I love the idea of a good cult. So,
They're not a cult, they're a club.
well, they're like they're a club with really cool cloaks. And Illuminati, if you are listening, I am a size extra large.
And he would prefer zip-off sleeves if that's possible.
If possible, it would help me run faster. Just saying.
It's going to be a muscle cloak from then on out because he's going to lose the goddamn sleeves. But
D and I have talked about this one quite a bit back in the day. Mattress firms are just fronts for money laundering. Kind of the thought behind it is there's a mattress firm damn near on every corner, but there's never but anybody in them. And have you ever seen a mattress firm go out of business?
I'll go you one better. I also think these strip mall Chinese food restaurants are part of it because they've got a menu that hasn't changed for 72 years. Mostly you just see a bunch of packing and shipping boxes where the table should be. And they'll cook for you, I guess, but there's like one or two people there and no one ever eats there. So I think they're also laundering too. D, any thoughts that are going to give me a fucking stroke, or are you like fresh out of ideas?
Oh, he left. BRB kid stuff.
Yeah. I kind of
What were we talking about?
talking about the fact that my left eye hasn't stopped fucking twitching since I heard your sultry voice this afternoon.
I have been known to make some eyes quiver in the back of the head.
I didn't even see that shit coming. I just heard vegan. I couldn't control myself. Told myself I was going to stay calm this episode, and I failed.
Well, you know, it's what I'm here for.
D, did you have any thoughts on mattress firm?
Oh, 100%. That is a money laundering service. Where I am, there are 3 within a 2-mile span of each other.
Do you think the Chinese restaurants and strip malls are also part of it? I believe they're also laundering money because there's entirely too many. Almost nobody eats there. They're not set up like they want to turn a profit on restaurant.
I don't know. Inflation. Chinese food isn't as cheap as it used to be. You're still getting a ton of money, a ton of food. I don't know. Maybe not all of them now.
All right. Any other things you guys want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Helen Keller.
How is she a conspiracy theory?
Do you guys think she was actually deaf and blind?
Yes.
I think she was an inspirational woman.
All right, you guys are part of the system.
So you think she was faking?
I don't know. How can you think of the concept of someone who cannot see, cannot hear? How that can't even compute in my mind how she would communicate. And I'm pretty sure she flew a plane.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, so hang on.
I think he's confusing her with Amelia Earhart.
I think
Hold
he
on.
is. So far, Helen Keller is not only a fraud, but is a second human, and Bigfoot has ghost bones.
Okay,
All right.
hold on, motherfuckers. Hold on. Google Helen Keller
good.
piloted
And
a
authority.
plane for 20 minutes in 1946, flying from Rome to Paris. Oh, thank God. If she crashed, nothing really important goes down. But how? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't believe. I
Thinking there
don't
was
know.
more than one person in the cockpit, D.
No, I'm not saying that.
She
I
was
don't know.
probably on autopilot. Was that a thing in 1946? Google that, all Google Master.
Even if it wasn't, I bet you there was a co-pilot there that was
Right. All right. Listen, I'm not saying she didn't fly a plane. I'm just saying the concept of someone who could not see, could not hear, learning to communicate, to write a book, to fly a plane, and this was back in the 30s and 40s.
All right, you know what? Another question. Two-parter. Stevie Wonder really blind? And is Elvis really dead?
No and no.
I saw a video of Stevie Wonder grabbing something where he shouldn't have had the reflex to grab it if he couldn't see.
And you think Elvis is still with us?
I think he's being hidden by the government with Michael Jackson. And autopilot was a thing in 1946.
All right, it still doesn't. I mean,
Like I said, she was an inspiration.
or a government plant. I'm just saying, maybe they, just like with Beyonce winning Best Country Album this year,
Jesus Christ.
government that is an Illuminati plant.
You make my head hurt. Not as much as Jay's, but
It's not just me. All right, I gotta get an angioplasty before our next fucking episode at this point.
well, thank you all for joining us. We certainly hope you have enjoyed yourselves as much as we have. If you haven't yet, please like our Facebook page, as that is where we currently post updates and cat pictures. In the episode description, you can also find the link to our website if you want to jaunt over there. If you are enjoying this podcast, please tell your friends and family about it so that we can start raking in that cash.
Spread it like herpes.
With that being said, I'm going to bring this episode to an end with This is John.
This is D Money.
Yeah, Jay's still here.
Fuck the government.
This podcast will make you proud. Podcast party time, grab a seat. Every listen feels so sweet. Tune in, tune out, laugh aloud.